ano. Good day everyone. Maayong adlaw sa tanan. Welcome back to my channel. Okay. Today po, we will solve an equation involving radicals, meaning it is a radical equation. So we're done with on how to solve quadratic equations. So what if an equation is radicals or is radical rather? So we have here some steps to consider, no? Ito yung mga steps na dapat nating i-follow. Step 1, transpose a term involving radical on one side and all other terms on the other side. Ibig sabihin, yung mga radicals, isusulat natin doon sa left side, tsaka yung iba naman doon sa right side. Step 2, raise both sides to the index of the transposed radicals. Kumbaga, kapag square root yung na-transpose natin doon sa kabilang side, so we raise both sides by square. Kapag cube root naman, we raise both sides by cube or by the power of 3. So, depende na yan sa index ng radical. Okay, step 3. We will continue the process until radicals are no longer present. Okay? Yan lang yan eh. Ulit-ulit lang yan. Kasi yung intention natin dito, mawala si radical. Okay? Step 4, check solutions for extraneous root. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng extraneous roots? Okay, we define here extraneous roots. It is a value that satisfies an obtained equivalent equation but not the original equation. In other words, kapag makakompute na tayo ng value ng variable, hindi ibig sabihin na solution na siya. Okay? Ang dapat pa natin gawin is mag-check tayo, no? I-check natin 'yan kung magkatulad ba yung kabilang sides. Kung hindi, siya ay isang extraneous root. Okay? So, i-apply natin tong mga steps na to. So, I will give you now our first example. Okay? Okay. So, I know ganahan mag-solve ani like me. Pwede rin mo magigda-igda mag-solve ani, magtakilid-takilid while watching TV or drinking not drinking beer, drinking milk. Okay. Suppose we are asked to solve the following equations. Okay, number 1, I will give you an example to that. Solve x minus 3, square root of x minus 3 is equal to 2. Okay, it is very clear that the left side of the equation is a radical. So, in this particular example, we don't need to follow step 1. Why? Kasi na-isolate na eh. Yung radical nasa left side na. Yung other terms o yung constant nasa right side na rin. Okay. So, ano ba ang susunod natin gawin? Since na-transpose na dito yung radical, i-erase natin both sides by the index of the radical. So, this is a square root. So, meaning, we will raise both sides by square. So, ang mangyari dito ito. See? We enclose that in a parenthesis, x minus 3. Then, we raise that to the power of 2. So, both sides, we raise that by 2. Bakit nga? Kasi, square root ito. Yung index niya is 2. Okay? So, what is next? If we raise a square root, a radical rather, which has an index of 2, we raise that to the power of 2, what will happen? Makakancel natin si radical at saka yung power. So what will be left in the left side is x minus 3. So is equal to, what is 2 squared? So 2 times 2, you have 4. Right? Now, as you can see, napakasimple na nito. We can now directly solve for x by just transposing negative 3 to the right side. Okay? Meaning, ililipat natin si negative 3 to the right side of the equation. So, dito, you have x is equal to 4 plus 3. So, x is equal to 7. Is this the solution? Not yet. This is just a possible solution. Possible solution pa siya, guys. Bakit? We need to check the original equation by just substituting the value of x, which is equal to 7. So we check. Go back to the original equation you have. So we will replace x here by 7. You have 7 minus 3. Okay, sumubra tayo sa square root. Is equal to 2. Okay. The question is, are they equal? Okay, let's find out. So 7 minus 3 is equal to 4. Okay. So what is square root of 4? That is 2. So 2 is equal to 2. Correct. Meaning, we have the solution set is the set that contains 7. Okay? So solution pala si x is equal to 7. Okay, ganyan lang yan. So this is just a very simple example. Okay. I will give you another example para yung matcha-challenge talaga kayo. Okay? Example number 2. Yung matcha-challenge kayo, yung simple lang. I hope may na-learn kayo dito, no? Okay. Okay, you have square root of 2x plus 5. By the way po, salamat po sa mga nag-follow at saka nag-like ng page ko.
Incognito. Control.
Tapos, salamat din po sa nag-subscribe ng channel ko. Please don't forget to share that to your friends or your siblings or your classmates. Okay, number 2. You are given the square root of 2x plus 5 plus x is equal to 5. So what will be our first step here? In our step 1, we need to isolate the radical, no, in the left side of the equation, and all of the other terms will be transposed to the right side of the equation. So, what will happen here? So, ang matitira dito, si square root of 2x plus 5 lang. Tapos, copy 5, itatranspose natin si positive x dun sa right side, so magiging minus x yan. Okay? So, dito na-isolate na. What is next? We will now raise both sides by square. Kasi yung index ng radical natin is 2. So, raise to the second power, 5 minus x to the power of 2. Okay? Take note, kung magre-raise tayo ng index of the transposed radical, i-raise din po natin yung right side of the equation. No? Huwag niyong kalimutan yan. Dito, makakancel na natin si radical at saka si square. You have 2x plus 5. Then, simplify the right side of the equation. 5 minus x squared. Meaning, this is just equivalent. Expand this one. This is 5 times 5, 25 minus 10x plus x squared. Am I correct? Okay. So, we're correct. So, we take note, we need to solve for the value of x. So, since x squared dito is positive na, all we need to do is we transpose all the other terms to the right side of the equation. Paminaw, paminaw. Okay, this is, we will arrange x squared minus 10x. 2x will become negative 2x plus 25. Then positive 5 will become minus 5. Okay? So, i-write natin yan. That is x squared. Negative 10 minus 2 is negative 12. Correct? Plus 25 minus 5 is 20. Is equal to 0. Correct? Now, this is already a quadratic equation. It's up to you on what method you are going to use. It's either by factoring, by using the quadratic formula, or by completing the square. Okay. Para sa akin, masasagot ko to using the factoring method, no? By just looking at 20, the middle term is negative 12. Well, I can use the factors of 20 by negative 2 and negative 10. So, you have here x minus 2, x minus 10 is equal to 0. Okay. So let's solve for x. Since we just follow the steps on how we solve the quadratic equations by factoring. So now we got the factor of the left side of the equation. We will set each factors to 0. So x minus 2 is equal to 0. X minus 10 is equal to 0. So it follows that your x is equal to 2, your x is equal to 10. And these are just possible solutions. Possible solutions pa lang yan. Kasi hindi pa natin malalaman kung hindi natin i-check doon sa original equation niya. So let's check. Check natin yan. Okay. I hope may na-learn kayo ngayon, no? Sa mga example 1 natin at saka example 2 at naka-follow kayo. Okay, let's check. We do the checking. Using the original equation, you have, okay, for x is equal to 2. Using the original equation, you have 2. We will replace x by 2 plus 5 plus 2 is equal to 5. The question is, are they equal? So, simplify further. What is 2 times 2? You have 4 plus 5 is square root of 9 plus 2 is equal to 5. What is the square root of 9? That is 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. So, it follows that 5 is equal to 5. So, alam na natin na si 2 is a solution. Okay. For x is equal to 10 naman. Kasi dalawa yung possible solutions natin eh. So, again, we will replace x by 10. Plus 10 is equal to 5. Are they equal? So, 2 times 10 is 20 plus 5 is square root of 25. Plus 10 is equal to 5. What is the square root of 25? That is 5. Plus 10 is equal to 5. So, to 5. So, 15 is not equal to 5. So, ano bang ibig sabihin natin dito? We can conclude that, therefore, 2 is a solution. And 10 is an extraneous root. 10 is not. 2 is a solution and 10 is not because 10 is an extraneous root. Si 10 daw is an extraneous root. Okay? So dito, na-learn natin kung ano ang extraneous root. Okay? So I will give you another example to that. I hope may na-learn talaga kayo.
Ako to.
Okay. Let's move on to, I hope may na-learn kayo dito. This is our example number 2. Okay. I-erase ko na to. Just review it later. Anyway, mapopost naman nyo ito. Mapopost, rather. Okay. Example number 3, you have 3x plus 5 is square root of x minus 2 is equal to 0. Okay. Now, in number 3, all of the terms are found in the left side of the equation. So we will follow the steps. So we will transpose all other terms to the right side of the equation, and the term with radical will remain in the left side. No? So You have 5 square root of x is equal to 2 minus 3x. Correct? Now, this is a square root, so we will raise both sides by square. So you have 5 square root of x raised to the second power is equal to 2 minus 3x raised to the second power. So, simplify further. What is 5 squared? That is 25. Then, you have 25x. Is equal to, expand, this is 4 minus 12x plus 9x squared. Okay. Am I correct? 9x squared. 2 times negative 3, negative 6, negative 6, negative 12. Okay. So, let's solve. We will transpose 25x to the right side. So, 0 is equal to 9x squared minus 12x minus 25x plus 4. So, you have 0 is equal to 9x squared. What is negative 12 minus negative 25? That is negative 37x plus 4. Okay, again, you can solve this by any method, solving quadratic equations. But for me, I can solve this. First, I will rewrite this to its equivalent form. 9x squared minus 37x plus 4 is equal to 0. So, here I could factor the left side of the equation. Pero it's up to you. You can use the quadratic formula or the completing the square method if you want, no? So, what are the factors of the left side of the equation? So, you have 9x minus 1 times x minus 4 is equal to 0. Okay, then, set each factors to 0. 9x minus 1 is equal to 0. X minus 4 is equal to 0. Then, solve for x. Dito, lilipat nyo lang si negative 4 sa right side. So, x is equal to 4. Dito, solve for x. X is equal to 1 over 9. Grabe pala dito, no? Lahat ng x isa-solve natin. Sana wala ng x. Okay. We have now the possible solutions. Mga possible solutions lang yan. Okay, let's do checking. For x is equal to 1 over 9. So, using the original equation, you have replace x by 1 over 9 plus 5 square root of 1 over 9 minus 2 is equal to 0. Okay. 3 times 1 over 9 is 1/3 plus 5. What is the square root of 1 over 9? That is 1/3. Correct? Because the square root of 1 is 1, square root of 9 is 3. Minus 2 is equal to 0. So, 1/3 plus 5 times 1/3 is 5 over 3. Minus 2 is equal to 0. So, look at this one. Similar fractions, the same denominator. So, you will just add the numerator. 1 plus 5 is 6. So, copy the denominator 3 minus 2 is equal to 0. So, 6 divided 3 is 2. So, 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. 0 is equal to 0. Okay? So, 1 over 9 is a solution. So, alam na natin. How about si x is equal to 4? Okay, replace again x by 4, 3. Using the original equation. 4 plus 5 is square root of 4 minus 2 is equal to 4. So, this is 12 plus 5 times 2 because the square root of 4 is 2. Minus 2 is equal to 0. So, 12 plus 10 minus 2 is equal to 0. 12 plus 10 is 22. Minus 2 is equal to 0. So, 20 is not equal to 0. So, anong ibig sabihin natin? Therefore, 1 over 9 is a solution. Okay? While 4 is not. And it is an extraneous rule. So, si 1 over 9 pa lang pala yung solution natin dito. Okay? I hope may na-learn kayo dito. Again, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and share that to your friends, your siblings, your classmates. And salamat po sa nag-subscribe ng channel ko. Okay. See you on my next video. Salamat. Amping tatanan.